My life changed forever in the moment that I had to face my deepest truth. And that is that I was in a trap that society creates for us and religion grains in us called marriage. Hang on, let me explain. I'm not saying marriage is bad. I'm about to get married. What I'm saying is, I had to face the truth that I was unhappy in my marriage and that I was in a cage. I was so unhappy in my marriage that when 10 years came around, I lived in California, right? And if it's past 10 years, forget about it. You as a man, you're fucked. Like they're not that it was an issue. She got half of everything, no problem. I honor, my role to this day as a provider. She's got nothing to worry about. She makes more money than most men that I know, all good, no problem. But I had to come face to face with the truth. And this is where religion has its grips on people. I sat there in front of my pastor with a genuine open heart, a genuine heart that wanted to fix whatever demon was inside of me, whatever sin was inside of me that made me ask the question, but what about my happiness? Because you don't want to ask that. That's the scariest thing that you could ever ask. Okay? That's the scariest thing that you could ever ask, right? Because there's truth behind that question. So human beings avoid asking that question, right? I had the courage to ask that question. And when I had the courage to ask that question, that's when everything started to fall apart. So listen, being a good, honorable, religious boy, I know what the book says. The book says you cannot get divorced. Because if you do, you're going to go to hell, which we obviously know there's no such thing. But when you're a good religious boy, no. I want to do what I need to do to stay accepted in that community, right? So then I was trying, and I remember meeting with my pastor. I remember the park. I remember the table I sat at. I got this was the biggest church in Rancho Cucamonga, California. I got to meet with him one-on-one because I made a lot of money. There's a little truth. So when you make a lot of money, you tithe more money. So you are elevated, right? Separation, right? So I met with him, and he would tell me things like, son, you signed a contract, you have to honor it. Fuck. He's right. Ooh, but what about what I feel? I honor my contract no matter how I feel, so you have to do the same thing. Fuck, he's right. He's right. But what? But it doesn't feel right. But he's right because he's the man. I'm down here and he's up there. He's connected to this thing called God. I'm little, he's small. I am subservient, he is powerful. Weeks go by and I'm finally like, I can't. So then we go, of course, because I make money, we get the meeting, right? Everybody else gets the meeting with the other 5 pastors, not us. We make money. We break off the money to the church, right? And everybody else is not able to. So we get the meeting at the table, right? And Rick, I promise you, I am genuinely from my heart, like, please heal me. Please heal this thing inside of me that has me worried about if I'm happy or not, because this is driving me crazy, because I want to do the right thing. I want to be a good boy. And he's flipping through the Bible. He's like, you can't get divorced because of this. 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 And you can't, and literally, Rick, I wasn't even combative. I was genuinely like, Okay, but what about how I feel? But what about my heart? What about if I cannot give this woman the love that she deserves? And what are my children going to think and feel if they watch this?